The base of a triangle is 10 centimeter and its height is 6 centimeter. Then we are asked to find the area of that triangle. So all we're going to do first is to recall the formula to calculate the area of a triangle. So area of a triangle is given as base multiplied by the height all over 2. So in this question, the base and the height is clearly given from the question. So we just do direct substitution. So this is going to be equal to the base is 10 centimeter. So this is going to be 10 centimeter multiplied by the height of 6 centimeter. So the height is 6 centimeter divided by 2. This is going to be equal to 10 centimeter multiplied by 6 centimeter is going to give us 60 centimeter square. Then divided by 2 is going to be 30 centimeter 2. So therefore, the area is going to be 30 centimeter square. In a pie chart, if education is 72 degree of 360 degree, then what percentage is this? Now, to calculate the percentage of 72 degree of 360 degree, all we're going to do is to divide this 72 degree by 360, then we multiply it by 100. Now we simplify. So this 0 is going to cancel this 0. 72 divided by 36 is going to be 2. Then 2 multiplied by 10 is going to give us 20%. So therefore, the percentage is going to be 20%. A train leaves Lagos at 6 a.m. and arrives Abuja at 2 p.m. If the distance covered is 720 kilometers, then we are asked to find the speed. The first thing we need to do is to recall the formula used to calculate speed. So speed is equal to distance in kilometer all over time in hour. So if you look at the question, the distance is clearly given as 720 kilometers, but the time travel is from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now we're going to get an hour from here. From 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. is going to give us 8 hours. So now we're going to do direct substitution. So this is going to be equal to distance covered in kilometer is 720 kilometers, then divided by time in hour from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. is going to be 8 hours. So this is going to be equal to 720 kilometers divided by 8 hours is going to give us 90 kilometers per hour. So this is the speed from this question. A man is 4 times as old as his son, and the difference between their age is 36. Then we are asked to find the sum of their ages. So first thing, if you look at the first line of the question, a man is 4 times as old as his son, but we don't know the age of his son. So we're going to let the son age to be equal to x, which is unknown. So this is the son age. A man is 4 times as old as his son. So the age of the man is going to be 4 times the age of the son, which is going to be 4 multiplied by x. It's going to give us 4x. The question further read that the difference between their age is 36. That means the difference between these two ages is going to give us 36. So the age of the man is going to be 4x. Then their difference, which is the age of the son, is going to give us 36. Now we solve for the age of the son from this equation. 4x minus x is going to give us 3x, which is equal to 36. Then we divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 3. So that this 3 will cancel this 3. X will be equal to 36 divided by 3 is going to give us 12. So therefore, the age of the son is going to be 12. Now to get the age of the man, we are going to multiply this 4 by the age of the son, which is going to be 12, and it's going to give us 48. So therefore, the age of the son is going to be 12, and the age of the man is going to be 48. But they asked us to find the sum of their ages. So the sum implies we are going to sum the two ages together. 48 plus 12 is going to give us 60 years. So therefore, their ages is going to be 60 years. A man walked 3 kilometers north and 4 kilometers east. Then we are asked to find the distance from the starting point. So all we're going to do is to recall our cardinal point. So this is the north, right? So the question reads, a man walked 3 kilometers north. So this is the starting point. The man walked from here to the north 3 kilometers and 4 kilometers east. So this is to the east, 4 kilometers east. Then we are asked to find the distance from the starting point. So this is the starting point. Then we are going to find this distance. So all you're going to recall here is our Pythagoras theorem. You know, this long side is called hypotenuse, which is equal to square root of sum of square of the two sides. So this is going to be distance will be equal to square root of sum of square of the two sides. So the first side is going to be 3 square, then plus the second side, which is going to be 4 kilometers, is going to be 4 square. Now we find our distance from here. This is going to be equal to square root of 3 to power 2 implies 3 multiplied by 3, which is going to give us 9, then plus 4 to the power of 2 is 4 multiplied by 4 is going to be 16. Then 9 plus 16 is going to give us 25. And when you take the square root of 25, it's going to give us 5. So therefore, the distance is going to be 5 kilometers. The side of two cubes are in the ratio of 2:5. Then what is the ratio of their volume? So the first thing, if you look at the equation, the ratio side is going to be equal to 2:5. Then to calculate the ratio of their volume, we need to recall the volume of a cube formula. So the volume of a cube is equal to side raised to the power of 3. So this is the formula used to calculate the volume of a cube. So now to calculate the volume, the ratio of their volume now, this one is the side of the first cube and this is the side of the second cube. So the ratio volume will be equal to, the volume of the first one is going to be 2 to the power of 3 based on this formula, because this 2 is the side to the power of 3, then ratio, the second side is going to be 5 to the power of 3. So this is the ratio volume. This is going to be equal to 2 to power 3 imply 2 is multiplied by itself 3 times, which is going to give us 8. Then ratio 5 to power 3, 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 in 3 places is going to give us 125. So therefore, the ratio of their volume is going to be 8:125. A group of 11 people can speak English or French or both. 7 can speak English, 6 can speak French. What is the probability that a person chosen at random can speak both English and French? So if you look at the first line of the equation, we are given the total people to be 11 people in the group. Then 7 can speak English. So the total number of people that speak English are 7. Then if you read further, 6 can speak French. So the total numbers of people that can speak French are 6. Then we are asked to find the probability that a person choosing at random can speak both English and French. So all we're going to do, remember the total people in the group, there are 11. So 7 and 6, 7 speak English and 6 speak French. So this is going to be 7 people plus 6 people that speak French, which is going to give us 13. Then this 13, then minus the total number of the people that are in the group, which is going to give us 2. So what does this mean? It means that 2 persons have been counted twice. So that means 2 persons speak both English and French. So the probability now is going to be equal to the numbers of people that spoke the both language divided by the total numbers of people in the group. So the probability is going to be 2/11. If the simple interest on 2,000 naira after 9 months is 60 naira, then we are asked to calculate the rate per annum. So the first thing we're going to do is to recall the formula for simple interest. So simple interest is given as principal multiplied by the rate, then multiplied by the time, then divided by 100. So this is the formula. So from the question, this I stands for interest. So from the question, it's clearly showing that the interest is going to be 60 naira, because if the simple interest on 2,000 naira after 9 months is 60 naira, so from the question, the interest is going to be 60 naira, which is going to be equal to principal. Here is the actual amount, which is the 2,000 naira. So principal is going to be 2,000 naira, then multiply by the rate. Remember, at the last part of the equation, we are asked to calculate the rate per annum. So the rate is going to be constant. Then multiply by the time. Here is given in a year. But if you look at the equation, the time given is in a month, which is 9 months. Now, before we can substitute in place of this time, we need to convert this month to a year. And to convert any month to a year, we're going to divide that particular month by 12, because 12 months make a year. Now, we're going to convert this 9 months to a year. It's going to be 9 divided by 12. And 9 divided by 12, 3 can go into 9 3 times, over 3 can go into 12 4 times. So in a year now, it's going to be 3/4 year. So here we're going to replace 3/4, then everything over 100. Now we're going to simplify further to get the value of R. So what we're going to do here in the left hand side is 60, which is going to be equal to, this 0 is going to cancel this 0, 0 is going to cancel this 0. We are left with 20 here. And this 20 multiplied by 3 is going to be 60. 60 divided by 4 is going to be 15. Then 15 multiplied by the rate, here is going to be 15 rate. Now, to get the rate per annum, we need to divide both sides by the number attached to this rate, which is 15. So we divide the right hand side by 15. We do the same thing to the left hand side, so that this 15 will cancel 15. We are left with only rate in the right hand side, which is going to be equal to 60 divided by 15 is going to give us 4%. So therefore, the rate per annum is going to be 4%. An athlete trained by running from 5:30 a.m. to 7 o'clock a.m. for 6 days and from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. for 4 days. If his average speed is 8 kilometers per hour, then how many kilometers did he run that week? So how many kilometers, which means we're going to find the distance. To find the distance, the first thing we need to do is to recall the formula used to calculate distance, which is going to be equal to speed multiplied by time. And if you look at the question, it's clearly given that if his average speed is 8 kilometers per hour, so this is the speed. So in place of speed here, we're going to substitute 8 kilometers per hour, then multiply by time. But time is going to be given in hour. So to find the time, we're going to calculate all the hour he ran within the week. Now, the first running, you can see from 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning. So from 5:30 to 7 o'clock is going to be 1 hour 30 minutes. So 1 hour 30 minutes is the same as 1 hour 1.5 hour multiplied by how many days? For 6 days. It's going to be multiplied by 6. It's going to give us 1.5 multiplied by 6 is going to give us 9 hours. Now the second time he ran from 5 p.m. to 7:30. From 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. is going to be 2 hours 30 minutes, which is the same as 2.5 hours. Multiplied by how many days? For 4 days. So multiply by 4, which is going to give us 10 hours. Now to get the total hours, we're going to add the 2 hours together. So this is going to be 9 hours plus 10 hours. It's going to give us 19 hours. So the whole hour she's running is going to be 19 hours. So in place of time here, we're going to substitute hour, which is going to be 19 hours. So here, as you can see, 8 kilometers per hour. This is division. So this hour is going to cancel this hour. So we are left with 8 kilometers multiplied by 19, which is also the same as 19 multiplied by 8. 8 multiplied by 9 is going to give us 72. We write 2 carry 7. 8 multiplied by 1 is going to be 8 plus 7 we carry is going to be 15. So the answer is going to be 152 kilometers. So this is the distance. Maria is 6 times as old as Tina. In 20 years, Maria will be only twice as old as Tina's age. Then how old is Maria now? So if you look at the first line of the question, Maria is 6 times as old as Tina. So we don't know the age of Tina. So we can let the age of Tina to be X. Now you come back to the first line again. Maria is 6 times as old as Tina. So since we let the age of Tina to be X, then the age of Maria is going to be 6 times X, which is going to be 6X. Now, the question further reads, in 20 years. So in 20 years imply the age of Tina in 20 years is going to be the present age plus 20 years. Then the age of Maria is going to be the present age plus 20 years. Then the question further reads, Maria will be only twice as old as Tina's age. So Maria, this is the age of Maria in 20 years. This is going to be 6x plus 20 will be only twice, will be twice as old as Tina's age. So this is Tina's age. It's going to be x plus 20. So now, as you can see, we form an equation from this word problem. Now we are asked to calculate how old is Maria now. Remember, the age of Maria is 6 times age as Tina. So we need to solve for the value of x from this equation. Then we substitute here. Is going to be the age of Maria. So to calculate for the value of x from here, this is going to be 6x plus 20 equal to 2 times x is going to give us 2x plus 2 times 20 is going to be 40. Now we combine the like term. Here is 6x. When we bring this 2x to the left hand side, become 2x, which is equal to 40. Take this 20 to the right hand side, be negative 20. 6x minus 2x is going to be 4x, which is equal to 40 minus 20 is going to be 20. Then we divide both sides by this 4. So that this is going to cancel. X will be equal to 20 divided by 4 is going to give us 5. So the value of x is 5. So what we're going to do is to replace this value of x in place of Maria age, which is 6 multiplied by x, because with the first line, Maria is 6 times as old as Tina. So all we're going to do to get the age of Maria is going to be equal to 6 multiplied by this x, which is going to give us 30 years old now. So this is how to calculate the age of Maria from this word problem. 3 men, Bedu, Bakire, and Kofi, share 500 naira in the ratio of 3:2:x respectively. If Bedu share is 150 naira, then we are asked to find the value of x from this ratio. So from the question is given that the Bedu share is 150 naira. Now to get one part of their sharing is to divide this Bedu share, which is 150, divided by the ratio of Bedu. Remember, Bedu is the first person, so it's going to take the first ratio. So divided by 3, which is going to give us 50. So therefore, one part of the share is going to be 50. Now the next thing we are going to do is to calculate the sum of the ratio. So sum of the ratio is going to be the actual money, which is 500 naira, divided by one part, and one part is going to be 50 naira. So 500 divided by 50, 0 is going to cancel 0. 50 divided by 5 is going to give us 10. So this 10 is going to be the sum of ratio. Remember, we're looking for the value of x. Since 10 is sum of the ratio, we are going to add all the ratio together and equate it to 10. Then we look for the value of x. Now the first ratio is 3, plus the second ratio is 2, plus the third ratio is x, which is equal to the sum, which is this 10. Now to solve for the value of x here, we're going to move all the constant to the right hand side, leaving alone x in the left hand side. So x will be equal to 10. Then 3 plus 2 is going to be 5. Take that 5 to the right hand side, become negative 5. So x now will be equal to 10 minus 5 is going to give us 5. So therefore, the value of x from this equation is going to be 5.